Hello again, everybody. This is Jochen Heiden with the Hellsen versus Heiden Scenario 2 campaign. This is the 13 December 1941 Turn 7 combat replay and analysis. So, what do we got going on this turn? I don't really know. It's just a lot of uncertainty here because I just don't know what Hellsen's up to. We got a lot of subs out in the Pacific we got to deal with right now. He's hugging the Hawaiian Islands, and he's out at all of our major islands, so we got to figure out how to deal with that. So I expect there to be a fair amount of sub action this turn. Let's find out. Okay, let's start this thing. 13 December 1941. So earlier today I watched the Kwaite. He took that. That's in China. I watched the Lodric turn, and it was rough. I'm still kind of in shock from that. Okay, so it looks like we got 016 south of Camaran Bay, and we are being engaged by one of his patrol boats. And it looks like one of the larger ones too. So hopefully we can survive this. And we're already hit. Okay, so we took one hit there. It's probably not too damaging. He's got two patrol boats doing ASW work. We may need to pull that guy a little further off from Camaran Bay. Alright, so he's coming ashore at Sarong. Looks like one AK and two patrol boats. Not much to this. He doesn't need much to take it. Okay. And Talad Islandin. Landing there. Not wasting any time snatching up these little cheap bases. Might as well get them now, right? Okay, some more landing at Sarong. Same at the other place. Probably just putting supplies on the base now. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, so much for our ASW work there. Kingfisher's a goner. And there it goes. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, check this out. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I forgot about these. These are the two. Okay, so Japan starts the war out with two armed merchant cruisers, kind of out in the middle of the Pacific, and you kind of forget about them after a while. So I have a couple. So these are DMSs, all right. These are just destroyer minesweepers. I couldn't even tell you why they're even out here. And this guy's rocking 140 centimeter guns. We've got like 4-inch guns, so this is not a fair fight. Yeah, these guys are finished, man. These guys are definitely packing bigger guns than these DMSs. Wow. Well, there they are. It's gonna be unlikely that these ships make it back. I don't see it. They took a lot of big caliber hits there, so we'll have to see what the damage looks like, but I wouldn't be surprised if these go down. No, he's still chasing him, so... And he's driving them towards Luganville, it looks like. Jeez. Oh, Black Hawk. Well, looks like he's at Monado now, in case, in case we were wondering. All right, he's spotting all of our ships going into Rangoon. Okay, sweep in China. Another big sweep in China. Now he's hitting Baton. That's not a bad idea. He's trying to keep us from building up there too. And then this is a ground attack at Clark. I'm wondering why he went with the ground attack this time, as opposed to hitting the actual, you know, hitting the field. Yeah, so he's just gonna focus down this unit here because he's trying to destroy it and slow us down. This is a unit that was displaced out of Victoria Point last turn. This usually dies before it ever gets out anywhere due to just getting bombed to death. Okay, that's the AM phase. Okay, a lot more of our ships being sighted. Okay, sweep Hong Kong. Okay, so we got a big raid coming in, softening up Hong Kong for another attack. Okay, another raid at Hong Kong. Man, he's got recon everywhere. Another attack on Hong Kong, just softening up for an attack. Alright, so that's it for the air attacks. So now we'll have some ground action here. There goes the Black Hawk. Dang it. Okay, now he's coming ashore at Monado. Oh, hey, check that out. Our coastal guns got a shell hit into the Shinryu Maru. Not gonna make it sink, but you know, at least they're trying. Looks like the second SNLF is coming ashore. Oh, here's the attack on Johor Bahru. Yep, and they won. I mean, I knew they would. Okay, so 1400 AV is all he's got, and that's all he needs. He doesn't even have to put a lot of troops into this. So we take 7,000 casualties. He takes 1,000. All of ours are destroyed. Look at that. Almost none of his are destroyed, so he basically gets it for free. And Hong Kong's gotta be finished. They hold that again. That's amazing. Alright, once again, though, we take a lot of destroyed squads, and he doesn't. So these numbers are misleading. Ours are permanent, his are temporary. But we hold out for another day at Hong Kong. Okay, so Hollandia, that's a freebie for him. Vanimo, free. Right? Because we've nothing there. We walk, free. I tap, free. Free bases for Hellsen today. Man, he is wasting no time. Just moving some stuff around. These are new units here. Wow, that was a rough one. Let's look at it. Let's look at this analysis and see how bad it was exactly. Okay, we're back. Before we look at the damage report, let's take a look at the numbers. Okay, with aircraft losses today, big old goose egg for us, which is a good thing. 0 losses for us today, and 5 for the Japanese. He's showing 2 zeros lost, and a Mavis. Yay! I like when I see Mavis is down. Things are dangerous. And a Nell. We have no losses. Obviously, top pilots, no losses. See if we have any wounded pilots out here. We do, but they're all showing healthy. This guy here is not. He won't be rejoining us. What a shame. This guy here, he's done. All right, looking at the Army loss points, they went sky high because of the losses at Johor Bahru in Malaya, and this is unavoidable. He has basically no Army loss points at all. Ship sunk. We lost the Black Hawk due to a torpedo attack by sub. Big shame. It was loaded with fuel. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. It was bad because we needed it, and I don't want to lose ships and give him points. But, you know, if I can't have the fuel, neither can he. So, it's gone. And then, obviously, the Kingfisher was at Pago Pago, our sole ASW asset there. Took a torpedo, and now we have no ASW assets at Pago Pago. It's going to be a problem because I need to get supply in there. All right. Looking at the SIGINT for the 13th, we have an infantry regiment at Babel. Yeah, these are, I believe these to be troops that were used at Wake. He's bringing them back. Take a look, see if there's anything else we can see there. All we know is he's got ships in port and aircraft there. Doesn't tell us much else. All right, look at the ops report. Scrolling through here. All these are telling us that we need to move our subs because he's spotting them. And if he spots them, they can't be effective at their job. Scrolling through here, looking. Yep, there's the AD Black Hawk going down. Look at all the bases captured. Johor Bahru, Hollandia, Banamo, Wewak, Aitape. Aitape? 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 We did get some reinforcements in here. Basically, everything from here down are new. The rest of this are just things that are um, moving around. Although this thing at Clark is interesting. What is this? This P-26 unit. What is this? Oh yeah, I railed it up here to get it repaired, and then we'll fly down to Cagayan later on. All right. Let's take a look at the big story of this battle, or this turn, which was our chance encounter with the AMC. What was the name of that thing? What was that thing? The Ikoku Maru and a Hokoku Maru, which are packing some pretty big guns, 140 millimeter guns. And they sliced through the Southard and the Hopkins pretty readily. Okay. So the Southard here, while it took some damage, this is repairable and survivable. Knowing what we know about Allied damage control, they'll get these fires under control, and this will be a salvageable ship. The Hopkins, on the other hand, I don't have as much faith in. Given that it's got a decent amount of fires and the system damage is already over 53, I see this getting progressively worse, and I don't think it's going to make it back. I have them both heading for Nadi right now because it's the closest possible base that we control. If we can get it here and get it disbanded in port, we can start doing emergency repairs and maybe get it over to Australia for something more permanent. But for the time being, Southwood's salvageable, Hopkins is not. So we do know that his AMCs are out here somewhere. Okay. Which direction they're heading, I have no idea. But this is more or less where the battle occurred. We do have the Indianapolis nearby, which I feel has sufficient firepower to handle those things if it comes up to them. So we want to make sure that we have naval search up and running here. See if we can spot these things. And in the meantime, we'll head over to Luganville just to support these guys in case that's where he's heading. I don't really know where he's heading, but we need to be ready for him to go in any direction. So that was the big battle there. We'll continue our talk in China. He did get into this grid here, so this unit is going to be jacked up next turn. And this is a good unit. It's got a fair amount of assault strength, but because he keeps bombarding it, it keeps knocking us out of move mode. So we're not going to be able to make 10 miles in a day. No way. Not going into this hex. So he will probably kill this unit next turn or severely damage it. Everywhere else in China, though, everything's going fine. He is moving this way to try to block this road. Okay. But we may be able to get out of here in time. All of our other units are retreating in good order towards Xi'an and elsewhere, but this is going to be an issue because we've got 435, 117, 46, 91, about 500 assault value, 600 assault value worth of troops here that are going to get stuck in this hex. So he's trying to cut off our retreat, and I got to do what I can to save these units. So here in a north central part, and over here is where we could expect there to be a fair amount of activity over the next few turns because we're kind of stuck behind these lines. Everywhere else, the lines are falling into place more or less as expected. We got Hong Kong here. It's held out for one more turn, but how much longer, I don't know. These guys are beat up pretty bad. So one more turn maybe, and then it's over with. In Burma, our unofficial ceasefire should be ending this turn, so I need to be prepared for all-out combat. We have some recon here, and we know what he's got for troops, and this is a pretty substantial force, and he's already heading for Rabang, Rahang. And these troops are probably enough to get all the way to Rangoon right now. Because he hasn't really needed that much down here to do what he's been doing. So we may be dealing with Burma invasion a lot sooner than expected. And we know he's operating a lot of aircraft out of Bangkok. All of our ships are sighted, as you can see here. Every single one of them has detection, right? So next turn we could expect some bombers, some fighter sweeps, anything. Any number of possibilities. So we need to make sure our aircraft are ready to go. Because I don't know what's going to happen here. In Malaya, he took Johor Bahru and blew our troops back into Singapore. We have basically nothing there. We have almost no supply, no fortification. So this unit can come in here as soon as it gets over here and take Singapore. He'll have it by 5 days. Before the 20th of December, he'll have Singapore. That's well over 2 months ahead of schedule from historical time. And then we're in real trouble. Because all those troops will be available to go to Burma. We lost the Black Hawk right around here. So we know that everything north of Java is off limits. He's got subs there. Everything on this side I think are still good. A lot of activity here in the Dutch East Indies. These 3 bases will fall next turn, or maybe 2 turns for these ones. Manado, 1 turn here, 1 turn here. He'll have them all. And it does appear that he's possibly heading for turn 8 as well. We have this task force up here, which is showing a battleship, a cruiser, and a light cruiser. It's heading southeast, which is this direction. Not exactly sure where it's going or why. Maybe it's heading back to Babel to rearm. I'm not entirely sure. But we'll keep an eye on that. Down here in Perth, however, everything's going great. We're moving all that fuel from the Dutch East Indies and Sumatra, Java. It's all flowing down into Perth, which will help us out. The conga line of troops heading to Perth continues. Everything over here is doing fine. We're just consolidating. Doing good up here. Just moving troops around and getting ready. He's slowly working his way down the coast here. He took these 4 bases last turn in Dutch New Guinea. And then he's just going to start picking these guys off next. And Rabaul will be falling possibly by the end of the month. We are in the process of evacuating the Lark Battalion and the Rabaul Detachment Base Force back to Port Moresby and consolidating everything here. Or all the rest of this is he's going to take it and we can't stop him. We just don't have anything here to do it with. But I'm looking forward to getting the Lark Battalion at least out of there and recombining it with the rest of the 8th Division, what's left of it, at Port Moresby. Obviously, we've got Japanese armed AMCs moving around out here, going in any direction. We don't really know where. These are our 2 damaged DMSs. This is the Indianapolis. And then the last kind of big issue that I'm going to have here is at Pago Pago. We have no supply here, and I've got aircraft that are stranded here. And I'm going to have a lot of trouble getting supply in here because I have no ASW assets to commit to this right now. And as long as he has a sub here, we can't get anything in here. So I am a bit concerned about this right now. Until we can find a way to get some supply into these bases here, we're kind of in trouble. Because our aircraft won't be able to operate without supply. So I got to figure out how to get some ASW assets that are somewhat good to Pago Pago so that we can secure this thing and get it built up, because it's a big important junction for moving aircraft to Australia. The ones that have the range to do it. Pago Pago is pretty important to me. So it's pretty vital that we find a way to get supply in there. And with having lost the AM that we lost here, we have no ASW. Well, that's basically it for this turn. Hopefully his AMCs continue on and we don't have to deal with those anymore, but they're definitely a threat to anything smaller than a cruiser. He's moving very quickly through the Dutch East Indies. I am very concerned about Burma because he's got troops moving already towards Mole Mine, and we just don't have a lot of assets to stop him. So this thing is moving a lot faster than I would like. I wish I had more time to get my act together, but he's just not giving it to me. So I'm gonna pull all the tricks and hats out of rabbits that are everything I got to try to keep this alive. But things are not going well right now. Strategically, it's not going well. Tactically, we're having some bad things, but nothing that's breaking the bank at this point. But strategically, we have a lot of major concerns that I don't have good answers for right now. So we'll see what I can do in the next turn to get things moving in the right direction for us, but it's going to be hard. So thank you so much for watching this video and supporting me and Hellsen in our campaign. If you're not on the Discord yet, please come over because you're missing out. That's all I want to say about it. Catch you in the next one.